I need some help.
Where are you?
Rick, there are two of them!
Charlie, I saw Neil Jordan take a 44 in the chest. He didn't get up and walk away.
You obviously don't know the latest on your old partner. He's sold out.
I don't believe that.
Maybe you couldn't take the heat.
They put $20 million at the bottom of the ocean.
Please!
A few years in the fast lane, a lot of money waved under your nose. People change. It happens.
Not Neil.
So Ellen turns out to be Alan. Yeah, only nobody figures it out till they get him down into the ladies' shower, you know, and hello and hi, how are you?
What a way to get a date.
I know.
Hunter, homicide.
Rick. Neil Jordan.
Neil! How the hell are you? Where are you calling from, Florida?
No, I'm right here. I need some help.
Yeah, what happened? The DEA cut back on your budget?
Look, I can't get into that right now, but I need your kind of help.
Where are you? Just a second. Yeah? Okay. How's 10 minutes sound? Let's go.
Where are we going?
Officer needs help.
Who?
Neil Jordan.
Who's Neil Jordan?
Neil Jordan and I were partners for 2 years. When I became a detective, he quit to join the DEA. couldn't have walked away from that.
Are you sure you saw Neil Jordan take that hit? Were you close enough to be sure of that?
Yes, when I got back to the scene, Neil's body was gone. The blood we found on the floor tested out to be his blood type.
What do you want from me?
Well, he worked for you. I want to know what the hell he was into.
Did you ever see Neil Jordan again after he joined the DEA?
I haven't seen Neil in 5 years. What's your point?
My point is that a lot can happen to a person in 5 years, especially with the kind of pressure that DEA people are under. You obviously don't know the latest on your old partner. 7 months ago, Neil Jordan turned.
What do you mean, turned?
He sold out. It's not the first agent we've lost. When you bust a guy carrying millions of dollars in cash, you find out what the word stress really means. Neil Jordan didn't have what it takes.
I don't believe that.
Believe it. And when an agent turns, we treat it like a cancer. We burn it out and we destroy it. Neil Jordan's on our most wanted list. If you, in fact, saw him killed, morale in this agency is going to take a big rise.
Neil Jordan believed most crime begins with drugs. He was going to dedicate his career to cutting off the source of those drugs. That's why he joined the DEA, Mr. Stevens. He was a man with a mission.
His mission took a left turn in Miami 7 months ago. Now, whether you want to believe it or not, that's how it is.
Look, I've got an unsolved homicide on my hands. Anything you're able to turn up, I'd appreciate a phone call.
And if you turn up anything new on Neil Jordan, like a dead body, for instance, I'd appreciate the same courtesy.
Good work, McCall.
Well, I wish I could say it was me as the machine.
How'd you get it so fast?
I entered our descriptions of the two guys. I gave them a probable narcotics background. The police artist kicked in a couple of sketches. The computer narrowed it down to 500 names. And I've been sitting here for 5 hours running all of them.
Manolo Diego Pereira Torres. Possession for sale, 81, Dade County, Florida, acquitted. Concealed weapon, 84, Dade County, Florida, convicted, probation. Possession for sale, 85, Dade County, Florida, acquitted. Naturalized Cuban. Why do you think he left Miami?
Maybe he couldn't take the heat.
What about his partner?
Okay, Sergeant. I'll get it for you right away.
That's the guy Hunter shot.
Victor Antonio Santoro. South Florida boy. This is the guy that shot Neil, all right.
I contacted their narcotics bureau. They say he's connected with some real heavyweight cocaine dealers. They just don't have enough to nail him yet.
I'll need about 1,000 of these to distribute to every medical clinic and informer in Los Angeles County.
It's being done even as we speak.
Oh, you read my mind again, huh?
Well, it's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it.
We're also sending out some pictures of Neil Jordan.
Charlie, I saw Neil Jordan take a 44 in the chest. He didn't get up and walk away.
He might still show up in condition to be identified.
Well, whatever you want to do, but I'm going to work on this guy. He's out there and he's hurting.
Next time you get hurt like this, I want you in here a lot sooner. You understand? You waited any longer, you'd be dead. Or is this something you couldn't report to the police?
No, ma'am, this is no gunshot wound. A guy ripped me with a spike.
Okay. You got 101 fever. You get back here in 2 days for another shot of antibiotics, or you'll still be dead.
Thanks. Muchas gracias.
Can you afford to pay?
Yeah, I can pay.
Okay, see the guy out front. And remember, I want to see you in 2 days. We're going to have to redress that thing and give you another shot of antibiotics.
Yes, ma'am.
Victor! Rough day last night, huh?
I gotta talk to Nick.
You don't look so good, man.
You look good enough for the both of us.
You got that right. Hey, where's Neil?
Just get on the phone. Tell Nick I'm here, and it's important.
He's got 2 VIPs with him. He doesn't want to talk with nobody.
I said it's important, man. If you don't pick up that phone right now, it's gonna beat your neck.
Victor wants to see you, Nick. Says it's important.
Neil Jordan's dead.
How?
I heard some cop named Hunter shot him down.
You mean he was killed by a cop?
Neil was a fugitive, man. It was just a matter of time. The cop's probably in pig heaven.
Yeah, well, I'd hate to tell you where we are. You know, we got a $20 million load landing at 2 a.m. Who the hell is going to handle it?
You're gonna have to do it yourself.
Are you out of your head? I follow the same rule the boss follows. Now, Frank Corona never comes near the stuff. That's how we stay out of the slam. It's going to be you, Victor.
No way.
Listen, you're Neil's main man. You know his people, and they know you.
It's out of my league, man.
Look, there's nobody else. Now, Neil trusted you, and Frank Corona trusted Neil. You handle this, and there'll be an extra 100 grand in it for you.
That's 0.5% of what the load's worth. Make it 200.
Neil was a great cop. Great deal of integrity, loyal friend. There's absolutely no way he would suddenly sell out.
How long has it been since you've seen this guy? What, 5 years?
5 years.
Well, a lot can happen in 5 years, you know what I'm saying? A few years in the fast lane, a lot of money waved under your nose. People change, it happens.
Not Neil.
L56? L56, come in.
L56.
Hunter, I got a homicide in Venice. Matches the description of one of your 2 suspects, Manolo Torres.
What's the address on him?
In the alley behind 490 Rosalind Street.
L56, we're moving on it.
Manolo Torres.
Why couldn't we have found him first?
Hunter.
Manolo's gun.
You recognize it?
Yeah, we're intimately acquainted.
Looks like the deceased got off 2 shots. Found them both in the wall right there. The assailant shot 3 times, once in the fence, 2 in Manolo. We dug this one out of the wall. 7.63 millimeter.
Only gun I know uses that caliber is a broom-handled Mauser. Very rare. Should be easy to trace. Get that to Ballistics and get back to me right away. Thanks, Luis.
What do you think?
I think we better find Victor Santoro.
.63 millimeter, fully jacketed, solid point, Winchester manufacture, not the usual caliber of choice for murders in LA or Miami.
Do they match?
The striations are virtually identical. Both bullets have 6 lands and grooves with a right-hand twist. Lands and grooves are what we call...
The marks left on the bullet by the rifling of the weapon's barrel. I know that, Elliot. Come on, I took ballistics.
Sorry, I should have known. Why don't you come take a look at these comparison slides? As a connoisseur, you'll appreciate this, Sergeant. Both slugs have highly defined reference points. The width of the grooves match, and the distance between the lands is the same.
Yeah, the grooves are identical.
The only difference between these 2 slugs is that the one on the left killed a drug dealer named Ramon Mendoza 7 months ago in Miami.
And the one on the right killed Manolo Torres this morning in L.A. Elliot, I think we just got ourselves one very hot lead.
Right on time. Right on time. Boat was 300 yards offshore. The speedboat comes around that point, and the guy in the speedboat shoots something, like a rocket launcher maybe, and blows up the boat and the load right out of the water.
But who? Who'd do that? It doesn't make any damn sense. It sure as hell wasn't the Coast Guard, and it wasn't someone trying to rip us off because they put $20 million at the bottom of the ocean. So then, who and why?
You think I know? And don't be jamming on me, man.
Everything was nice and smooth until Frank sent you and Neil out here. Now you tell me Neil is dead. People are getting shot, and shipments are being blown to hell.
Hey, Nick, I didn't even want to be there. Look, there was nothing Neil or you or anybody else could have done about what happened. Maybe somebody's trying to tell Frank Corona they don't want him on the West Coast.
I gotta call Frank. I didn't even tell him about Neil yet. Now I gotta tell him about this, too.
Hey, Frank.
What?
Telephone.
I'm busy.
It's Nicky Flynn. He says it's urgent.
Nick, what is it?
We got problems, big problems. The cargo got lost at sea.
The hell you mean he got lost at sea?
Somebody, we don't know who, blew it out of the water.
Neil. Where's Neil? I want to talk to Neil.
Neil is dead.
Dead? Neil's dead? How?
Some car took him out. I had Victor handle the delivery.
Victor? Victor is a campesino.
He was the only one I had to trust.
Maybe I can't trust you, Nick.
Hey, Frank.
No, hey, Frank. I'm out $20 million. There's another load on its way out there. Who's gonna handle it for me?
I'll handle it myself.
Just like you took care of this one, huh? Forget it. I'm coming out there.
He's coming out here.
The deceased is a male Latino, 30s, 40s. It's hard to tell. He's burned up so bad. They're just loading him up now. You're welcome to take a look.
Thanks. We'll take your word for it.
What the hell happened here?
Divers haven't come up with anything to indicate exactly what happened, but we're betting it was no accident.
What about the Coast Guard?
They don't know anything. Nobody knows anything.
Excuse me, would you?
Yeah.
Sergeant Hunter, I got your message. What do you got?
Well, I was hoping you could tell me that.
Tell you what?
Okay. Neil Jordan is apparently shot and killed, right? Then late last night, Manolo Torres, the partner of the guy I saw shoot Neil, turns up dead in an alley in Venice.
I still don't know what you're driving at.
The gun used to kill Torres was the same gun used to kill a drug dealer in Florida by the name of Ramon Mendoza. Now, if any of this rings a bell, just stop me.
It rings a bell or two. So?
So, late last night, right out here, a cigarette boat full of cocaine blows up. We have another corpse. That makes two, both drug-related. I think there's something you're not telling me.
I'd like to look at the deceased.
All right, this way. Walter, open it up. Now, can you tell me who that is?
Our policy regarding information is strictly need to know. Look, Neil Jordan is the subject of an intensive DEA investigation. I didn't want you crashing in and screwing it up, but now we really have crashed into one another. The guy in the bag is Paco de Leon. He's a known coke runner. Last time we had a line on your buddy Neil Jordan, he was staying at Paco's house in Tavernier, Florida. Paco was our last link to Neil.
No. I was the last link to Neil, and Neil is dead.
Don't be so damn sure.
Well, give me a reason to think otherwise.
The gun that killed Manolo Torres yesterday, the same gun that killed Ramon Mendoza in Miami 7 months ago, is Neil Jordan's gun. Mendoza was the top man in the organization of a guy named Frank Corona, who probably does $200 million a year wholesaling coke. Neil Jordan killed Mendoza and the following day replaced him as Frank Corona's right-hand man.
You have hard evidence on this?
You think you knew Neil Jordan, but you know nothing. You got that? You've been had. Doesn't it strike you as strange that Neil's body hasn't been found?
I find it a little strange he disappeared in the first place.
I think Neil Jordan's death was faked to get us off his case permanently.
Come on, it doesn't make sense.
You're the best witness he could have to sell it to us. Neil Jordan had the reputation of being one of the craftiest agents in the field. That's what made him so valuable to us and to people like Frank Corona. He was known for stunts like this.
Hey, partner. L57 to L56, please respond. Hi. Want to go get some breakfast?
Breakfast.
Yeah, you know, breakfast. That's the meal that everybody all over the world eats as soon as they wake up in the morning. I have been up since 4:30, and all I've had is a homicide and a cup of coffee.
If you want to have breakfast, be my guest.
Well, excuse me for wanting to eat. You ticked off about Neil Jordan?
If somebody had told me you had turned, I wouldn't believe him for a minute. You know why? Because I know you. I know your character. There's just some people you know that about.
Yeah, but people can change. Especially if they spend 5 years doing what Neil did.
Oh, well, now you believe it, huh?
Oh, I don't have any reason not to. I don't know the guy. All I'm going by is the evidence that Stevens has. He has a lot of it on Jordan. Not to mention now, there's the gun.
Yeah, the gun. Yeah, I know all about the gun. It does not mean that Neil pulled the trigger.
No, but it definitely makes him a suspect.
Oh, you think he's alive too, huh?
Hunter, where's the report on the Manolo Torres homicide?
Oh, it's right here, Captain. We just finished it.
We?
Yeah.
Neil Jordan's body still hasn't turned up yet?
No.
Are you sure there is a Neil Jordan body?
Well, there seems to be some difference of opinion on that.
So this case is just where it was in the last report?
No, Captain, it's not. Unfortunately, we have another corpse. We also have a lot of real weird stuff going down. We've got boats loaded with cocaine being blown up for no apparent reason, and nobody, including the people in Vice, can figure it out. I know it doesn't make any sense. It's all there in the report.
Thanks.
McCall, homicide. Yeah, I'll speak to Mr. Arnold James. Hey, Sporty, how you doing? Important, huh? And how important is that? All right, hold on a minute. No offense intended, okay? Just... Oh, hold on. Hey, Sporty wants us to meet him at La Rouge right now. Come on, let's go get some breakfast. Okay. We'll be right there, Arnold.
How does a Neanderthal man like you stay alive eating that rabbit food?
I supplement my diet by eating informants who waste my time.
Sporty, you didn't invite us here just to buy us breakfast.
Buy? You are doing the buying, McCall. I am selling. You are looking for that dude, true?
True.
Well, the way I figure, you know, with you going to the trouble of putting this picture out here, he's got to be a gentleman of substantial value.
You know the way it works, Sporty. For anything over $100, we have to requisition the department. Then we have to get the captain's approval. Then we have to submit it.
No, my friend, look, what I know about this gentleman cost me way more than a piddling $100. Now, look, I've got a clear, how shall I put it, reasonable entrepreneur's profit here.
As Wimpy would say, Sporty, I would gladly pay you $300 tomorrow for Victor Santoro today.
I see, that's what I like, a decisive businessman. Now, I think I know where you can find this gentleman. See, one of my many reliable associates saw him the night before last. He turned up for medical attention at the South Street Clinic. And I have it on the same reliable authority that he's got to come back for another shot of antibiotics.
When?
Supposed to be sometime today.
What are we doing sitting here?
I don't know.
Yeah, I treated him.
What'd you treat him for?
He had a laceration of the upper arm.
Laceration?
Yeah, that's right.
Listen, you wouldn't treat a gunshot wound and not report it, would you, Doctor?
Look.
You guys are cops. Your job is to put people in jail. I'm a doctor. My job is to save lives.
Yeah, I know that, but you also have a legal obligation to report all gunshot wounds.
I've got a nightmare going on in here. Only it goes on 24 hours a day. I got shootings, beatings, rapes. No babies being born here. Now, if they think that I'm gonna turn them in, they'll never come in for help.
We understand that. However, the person we're dealing with here is a murder suspect, Doctor.
There wasn't a bullet in him. If there was, I would have reported it. He was real sick. I patched him up. I gave him some antibiotics, and I told him he was gonna die if he didn't get back in 2 days.
Has he come back?
No. For all I know, he could be dead.
Thanks.
You got the Chevy?
It's not him.
At least they've got someplace to go.
Hang in there, McCall.
If I hang any tighter, I'll choke to death.
Bingo. He came in on Pacific Street. He'll probably leave the same way. I'm gonna drive around the corner and wait for him.
Okay, that's a Roger. moving out. He's coming right to you.
I got him.
Okay, I'll be northbound on Euclid.
I'm northbound on Pacific at Westmore.
Roger.
Getting a little jumpy. I'll let him go west on rolling.
Roger, I'll pick him up. He'll make me.
I'm going east in the alley. I'll pick him up.
Hey, what are you doing? You idiot! George, read the sign!
Okay, I got him east on Chelsea. Lock up behind me.
Roger.
Salud. Freeze! Stop right there! Don't move. Now, very carefully, put the gun on the top of the table. Get your hands up. Now, very slowly turn around.
Hello, Rick.
Okay, what do we got here? Broom-handled Mauser. It's the gun that left a wake of bodies from Florida to Los Angeles. And this must be the gun that killed Neil Jordan.
Are you gonna let me explain, Rick?
Yeah, in the squad car on the way to the police department.
We don't have enough time for that.
Okay, give it your best shot.
Hey, who told you to move?
You're looking pretty good, Rick. Still living right, huh?
Oh, yeah. Now, how about the death of Neil Jordan?
I bet Stevens already told you it was staged, right?
Yeah, I didn't believe him, though.
Well, did he tell you I'm the agency's #1 project? Wanted dead or alive?
Yeah, he told me that, too.
Well, let me tell you something Stevens doesn't know. The only person in the DEA who knows what I'm doing is the administrator in Washington, D.C. As far as the rest of them are concerned, I'm rotten as maggot pie. I need 5 hours, Rick.
Is that it? Is that your best shot?
Rick, this is your partner talking to you.
No, she's my partner. I don't know what you are.
Look, everything that's happened here so far was designed to bring Frank Corona to California. And he's coming, Rick. We're gonna put him in the same room with $100 million worth of coke, and we're gonna bust him. Now listen to me, man. This isn't gonna happen again. The guy is doing $1 billion a year. And you know where he's getting the stuff? From Cuba. Fidel Castro is letting Colombian cocaine heavyweights ship their stuff into Cuba by the boatload. And Frank Corona is Castro's #1 man in the U.S. So if we can nail him with hard evidence, and that's something I couldn't do in Florida, he'll deal. Before he's gonna face 30 years in prison, he'll give us his Castro connection. That'll be the biggest political coup of the century.
What about Victor over there? How does he tie into this?
He spent 8 years in one of Castro's political prisons. This isn't about coke, Hunter. This is about us and them. The Corona is on his way here. The deal goes down tonight. I'm asking you for 5 hours. Will you give me that much?
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll take you to Stevens. You can tell him what you just told us.
If we take Corona alive, he'll deal. He'll turn. I know him. He doesn't give a damn who wins the war between our world and theirs. Look, you give him a choice of going public with the Castro coke operation or 30 years in prison, and he'll deal.
Stevens. Yes, all right. As soon as he checks in, have him call me. This is a condition red emergency. They still can't reach the administrator.
Well, the deal is going down tonight. You waste any more time and we lose Corona. And everything I have worked for, everything the administrator has worked for the past 7 months. Now, you want to look him in the eye and tell him you blew the Castro operation all to hell because you couldn't get him on the phone?
Even under the circumstances, Frank, it's good to see you.
If I could trust you to handle this, I wouldn't be here. That one.
Give it up, Corona!
Hold it, Corona!
Nice shot.
Thanks.
Just blew away the last 7 months of Neil Jordan's life. Where's Neil?
He's down. It doesn't look good.
Where's Corona?
We got him.
I'd never lie to you, man. You wouldn't lie to me now, would you? We got him alive, right?
We got him alive.
It was worth it. All those people who had to die.
Come in, Hunter. I'm sorry.
We're all sorry. Did you talk to the administrator?
He hasn't returned my calls yet. You do know that we got what amounts to one of the biggest single coke busts in history.
We got nothing. Neil Jordan died for nothing. Our only witness is dead because one of your people couldn't keep his finger off the trigger.
All of the reports indicate that the agent was justified in discharging his weapon.
In 2 weeks, Mr. Stevens, there'll be another Frank Corona. And we won't know who the hell he is. We're back to square one.
Stevens. Yes, all right. Yes, sir. Neil Jordan is dead. He gave us Frank Corona in a $50 million coke bust. He also informed me of the Castro cocaine operation and his own deep cover arrangement with you. Yes, sir. I understand perfectly. Thank you. The administrator never heard of a Castro cocaine operation. And he denies having had any deep cover arrangement whatsoever with Neil Jordan.
Goodbye, Mr. Stevens.